Guys and girls, you can please start ask the questions to Prashant. He is all yours. From his presentation, if you couldn't understand anything, or if you have any other doubt of how the work environment, the culture, right? It could be anything. Anyone have a questions? You can ask.
Hi, this is Kishore.
Hi, Kishore.
Yes, Kishore, you can ask.
Hi, Prashant. Hi, Ram. So the wireframe, the place is very important. So all the decision making will be take place there. So before going to wireframe, so you will conduct some user flow, because the decision making and the navigations, everything will be take place there. So when you're connecting that user flow, how you approach the user flow? Is there any stakeholders involved in that case?
So what happens is, like, Kishore, I'll sort of, user flow is something that is for my understanding actually, and user flow is what is going to typically convert into wireframes. So I usually prefer, presenting wireframes to the stakeholders and not user flows. If at all it's really required, just to make sure the stakeholders understand that, this particular flow is going to impact another flow, I might show an overview of the user flow, but I usually prefer only showing wireframes to the stakeholders. User flow is something for my understanding. Let's say you design for a very complex product, you need to understand the user flow first. Only then you will be able to, replicate that into wireframes. So I don't usually, present user flows to the, stakeholders, but it's really good to have though. I hope I answered your question. Yeah,
got it, sir.
Yeah,
thank you.
See, here there is two approaches regarding to the user flow, right? So primarily what happened, if the stakeholder itself, they are providing the high level user flow, or the product manager itself, they have some vision, the product vision, they are providing the high level flow. So being a designer, we have to, do it on a very specific task-oriented flow. So how the flow is going to be, the screen is going to be, how the user is going to be accomplish the thing, right? So that a user flow is a high level only. So currently he is into the product, specific product, that feature kind of a flow he has, right? So if you think the very comprehensive, very complex flows, that is totally different. That is all together. Most of them, they have to sit together and they do the things. Yeah, Prashant?
Correct, Ram. Let's say it's not a feature. In fact, you are going to do an entire module from scratch, which is going to be very new. At that time, user flow is going to, take a very vital role. In fact, you have to sit with, product managers. In fact, even the engineers to, make sure the architect is, accommodative, and you, sketch the entire user flow from end to end for those cases actually.
Yeah. So thank you, Kishore. So any other? So you can feel free to ask.
Hi, Prashant. This is Dinesh.
Hi, Dinesh.
Yeah, I just want to know how to crack the interview, because they are most of them right now. Most of them learn the UX. So how to present it? We have different in the interview process.
So you are saying, you asked me like, how to present or how to crack the interview, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The very first part here at Kissflow is that you are selected for round one if your portfolio is really good. Let's say you don't have even any dribble shots or anything. You just have one good case study that is very extensive. That's you are selected for round one. Okay, your portfolio should be really, really good, that you should automatically get selected for round one. And when you the rest of the rounds, right, it's basically your own skill set and your own talent to how you talk and accept things. What I do is like, I go with a mindset that there's something Ram once told me actually. I go with a mindset like, not only that company get to choose me, I also get to choose that company. Only then you will go with flourished confidence, and you will be able to crack the interview. But like I said, portfolio is going to be really important in cracking the interview, and the rest of the things are like how you communicate, how you answer your questions, and those are like your own discipline or skill set, Dinesh.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So just make sure that you guys really have a good portfolio, and that's going to be very vital when you attend your interviews. You can add anything if you have a different perspective on.
No, this is what we are talking about. A portfolio, not only the portfolio, one single project. We are covering up currently what you call almost 6 different projects. Minimum it would be 6 different projects, but the people they think about only 6 projects.
Okay.
It should be somewhere related to the employer point.
Okay.
So that is what we are including the portfolio for web-based applications. So currently we are showing all the web applications, right? So most of the time the people, they are working with web applications only, not the mobile applications. So we are not encouraging the people to do for the mobile.
Okay.
We encouraging the people to do for web and web applications and responsive website design, right? And more into UX audit nowadays. So they conduct the audit.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, that is also we are doing it, and they have to do the same one cornerstone project from the beginning, the real life problem solving. In addition to that, they have to work for some financial related projects.
Okay.
So this is what we ensure that the people to do that. So reason is most of the companies somewhere they are going to connect with any one of these kind of a product.
Yeah. Either they are going to be a finance or some software company or some B2C company anyways. So if you cater around all these, markets, and then you create a portfolio in such a way, it's going to be easy only, of course.
So for that reason only, we encourage the students to do the things, and also they are not working for one single screen. So we are encouraging them to do it for multiple screens, minimum of 5 to 6 screens with web application, light and dark themes.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
So we are pushing their boundaries, limits, right? So few people they accept it and they are moving forward. Few people they have a struggle. Why these people are keep on telling this, right? So that is also we are facing challenges. So if they have that kind of a good portfolio, definitely they will be getting an opportunity.
Correct.
Right. So nowadays in Aspira, most of them they are building a very good portfolio. So they are facing the challenges on during the interview time, the presentations and everything.
Okay.
So that also we are conducting that mock interviews, and from the mock interview we have a small HR team nowadays. So the HRs are conducting the interview. These people have to present.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, that is also we are implementing now from next month onwards. Currently, what happened? We have a presentation day. So the student, once they complete the main case study, they have to come to the institute. They have to present to everybody.
Okay.
So these all the things are improving their what do you call
confidence,
the selling perspective, the confidence. So this is what we try to do, but always they focus only on getting a job.
Yeah.
So instead of focusing on the developing the core skill, getting a job. That is.
See, I do know quite a few people from Aspira already. Even when they call me, I just stress them about creating a good portfolio so that you get automatically selected for the first round. So yeah, portfolio is going to be really vital in your job interviews.
All right. So yeah, any other?
Hi, Prasanth. Hi, sir. I'm Dhriti.
Okay.
I have a question. Like, I figured out that I'm more interested towards UX than UI.
Okay.
So, how does my portfolio look like? How should it look like? And how do I go about this?
The thing is that, Dhriti, there are only few companies that actually segregate this into UX job and UI job. All right.
Okay.
The predominant number of companies, at least here in India, they have they expect product designers to do both the roles. I mean, you have, if you do UX, you have to obviously do UI. You know, it's not like I do UX and someone else do the UI part, and then I have to go back and check if the UX is correct in the design and everything else. Predominant number of companies, they expect you to design design both UX and UI. That is one thing. And if you still thinking about landing only UX designer job, then it's good to like, it's just very simple, right? I mean, the UX part that you learned here at Aspira, right from user flow to user journey, you should have done one big case study, right?
Yeah.
Just upload the UX part alone, and then you apply for jobs. But there are going to be expectation why there is no UI in your profile, but that's how it is, Tripti.
Okay. Got it.
I mean, I'm not like, it is very subjective, I do know that, but it's good to have both UX and UI knowledge, because the companies expect you to do both the roles.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
No, that is actually speaking what happened. Initial stages you have to be at least for 2
Yeah,
to 3 years.
Definitely.
Later you have to move, elevate yourself into the management side, then you will be stick on with only UX.
Correct.
But at the beginning, there is no other choice. So you have to be.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Hi, Prasanth. Hi, Ram. I just have a doubt regarding the team structure, how it is being built in a company. Generally, as a budding UX designer who undergoes this Aspira course, and I'm looking forward to attend the interview in a company and then get placed. Apart from that, how is that team is being structured in general companies?
You mean the product design team?
Yes.
Okay. There are two things actually. May I know your good name actually?
Sorry?
May I know your good name?
Jayashri.
Jayashri.
Okay. Hi, Jayashri. Here at Kissflow, we have head of design actually, and then we have manager of design, and then lead designers reporting to that manager of design, and that manager of design will report to head of design. Under each lead, there are going to be 2 to 3 senior designers. Under each senior designers, there are going to be associate designers. So it starts from associate designers, and then senior design. They will report to senior designers, and senior designers will report to lead designers. Lead designers will report to manager of design, and then that particular manager of design will report to head of design. This is how it is in Kissflow. But if you take a certain organization, there are going to be individual contributors as well. Meaning there are going to be principal designers who will be directly reporting to manager of design or head of design. Principal designers are designers who don't take leadership. They are individual contributors, and they will directly report to head of design or manager of design. That's why you see principal designer roles are always the design system designers, and sometimes even a product designer's role. So that is how it is here at Kissflow, and predominantly in other companies as well. So yeah, you start from associate designer or intern to scaling up.
Okay, Prasanth, thank you.
So hence he is from the very comprehensive product-based company. They have a very huge structure, but in predominantly what happened if you are entering into the service domain, what will happen? There is a associate or entry-level designer, that is a one, and there is a one mid-level or one senior level. Then there is a one product designer. So they are going to assigning into the some 3 to 4 member team into the small teams. So they are assigning into the project.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to mention this actually. So there are subdivision as well here. Product design is a chapter, and these designers that I'm saying, like associate to senior to lead, they'll all be allocated to one business unit. Let's say you work for Swiggy, and there is Swiggy, there is Instamart, then there is Genie. Each one of them is one division or business unit, and each business unit will have lead designer, senior designer, associate designers. Similarly for engineering as well, product managers as well, product owners as well.
Okay, Prashant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, great. So, any other questions? Feel free to ask.
Hi Prashant. Hi sir. I'm Pratibha. I have a question. Like some of the companies were asking the designers to do the coding things and also like HTML, CSS, or need to do the responsive issues in code. These are right. We have to do those things or
Well, I mean, certain companies are that way actually. But if you ask me, you have a lot of work as a product designer itself. And if you're going to do coding as well, apart from that, it's only going to be very time consuming and very tedious. But it is good to understand the basics of coding just for sometimes for UI review purpose or to fix that particular feature with sit along with developer and fix that. But if you ask me, you are going to code and you are going to design. I mean, you are going to be a full stack employee. I don't know. I mean, yep, certain companies do expect that, but I prefer only doing one job, master one job.
okay, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
after completing the design, how we need to ensure that to the developers? How we provide those design to the developers? What's the
Okay.
process?
The thing is that during the wireframe presentation stage itself, they should be able to understand the feature completely, and they should also take ownership of that particular feature during the wireframe stage. Once you convert them into high fidelity designs, maybe the designers should just recollect by seeing the design as to what we discussed during the wireframe stage, and to make it even more developer friendly, you can set a one-on-one and give a walkthrough of all the designs to the developers who are going to work on that particular feature, and to again recollect them during the development stage. What you can do is you can add sticky notes to your design as to what you guys have discussed and why the screen functions in a certain way and everything else. So that is how I end off personally, if you ask me, and it really works well for me actually.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Prashant.
Okay.
Yeah, hi Prashant. Bhunesh here.
Hi,
So
Bhunesh.
actually, I'm working in a service-based company. So
Okay.
I used to work with business analyst for creating designs and those things. So actually, business
Okay.
analyst they will fetch some use case from the client, and they will do the feasibility check, and they will have that PPT. And from the PPT, I used to design the things for conversational UX.
Sorry, what exactly do you have in your PPTs?
Like the use case, they used to write the flow for chatbots. Okay,
Okay.
from the use case, I need to design things.
Okay.
So both UX and business analyst roles are same, or they used to differ?
The thing is that here in both the companies I worked at, Mahindra as well and here at Kissflow as well, the business analysts, what they do is they have at times they do really have direct contact with the customers, and they are the ones who bring in the requirements actually at times, and they just bring in the requirement and the expectation and what the data that says about that particular requirement. Rest they don't get to draw user flows or wireframes and all actually. Once it happened in my career, and I had the same doubt, and I informed my head of design, and he was like, let's put it this way, man. I mean, if I am a business analyst and you are a UX designer, and if I wireframe the solution, it means that I'm narrowing down your thought actually. You should be doing the wireframe, and I should be able to just provide you the pain points and the requirements, and I should leave, and the UX designer will start doing wireframes and variations and everything. So I guess it's kind of that is how it works actually. This is something new that I'm hearing. Maybe I might be wrong.
Right. So can I explain?
Yeah, sure, Ram. Of course.
So Bhuvanesh, what happened actually speaking, business analyst and UX designers are the two different distinctive roles. So being a business analyst, what you will be doing, you will be the initial contact for the clients in a service industry, right? So the clients, they are going to deal with you or discuss with you about their scope document, use cases, everything they will be sending to you. Accordingly, what you will be doing, you have to discuss with the project team, design team, and gather the scope, right? And you have to work around the overall high level timeline of the project and the costing of the project. That is what you have to do. And few companies, they are encouraging the business analyst to draw the wireframe. That is the very, very high level wireframe. High level in the sense, not a high level I am saying, is a low fidelity, low level wireframes. So this feature could be there, or this is going to be the flow, right? In that level only they are doing it. After that, being an UX designer, that is a base, one of the, what do you call, the input, which we have to take in from the client as well as the business analyst team. Then we have to do the research and we have to ensure that whether it is right or not. So to satisfy or convincing the client, by the time the people, they can give the very low level wireframe with the flow. But after that, the UX designer, they are the one who had done, what do you call, completely do the research. Accordingly, they have to take a decision. So this is what is going to happen. So in Relution, most of the time, what happened, most of the time, our business analyst team, they are gathering the scope and everything, and the UX designer is supporting for the wireframe. And your cases, I was getting a chance to work with one client, is a HDFC mutual fund. In that time, there is a senior level business manager. He is completely giving the wireframe and the flow of the apps. But that is the base level document. We are conducting the research. According to the research, we are completely come out with the new unique features and the solutions. So we change the wireframes, not only the wireframes. So everything we change, completely we change. That is the first what do you call, understandable document. That is part of the scope document. Yeah. So being a product manager, what we do, this is we used to put it into the Epic. So Epic is a collection of the documents which is coming from the engineering team and UX design team and the product designer and various client scope document, everything we have to put it together. We used to call it as an Epic, right? So don't worry about it. So if you know that, there is a thin line difference, right? So, but UX designer, we have a huge roles. Business analyst also having the huge roles. So do not cross the line. Be with that.
Yeah, thanks.
Just don't, narrow down your thoughts with, the wireframes that the BA gives you. Just make sure you, do it from scratch, maybe.
Yes. All right. And Bandari Prasanth, you can ask the question. Then Vairamuthu will talk about your question. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, Prashant. This is Prasad from Bangalore. So I have a couple of questions. One is regarding the job hunt. So where I'm currently looking for job as a web designer. One challenge I face is majority of the HRs who call me, they are asking that I should know Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and front-end coding languages like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Like some HR there, that is good to have, but many of the HR say like I should have it. So how important is to learn Photoshop and Illustrator for the UX design job? So that is my first question. And the second thing is how often the designers do the UX audit, heuristic evaluation, and scope document writing, all those things. So how often a regular UX designer do in your company as per your experience?
Okay. So the first question, I mean, it's good to know Photoshop or Illustrator, but if your job is going to be predominantly working on Photoshop and Illustrator as a product designer, then I guess it's a wrong place if you ask me. And
Okay.
I mean, it's just good to learn though. If you are designing something and if you have to keep an illustration, it's good to learn that Illustrator, and you can just keep it, or you can just get it from any other website like these days, right? So if you ask me, it's good to have, but if your job is predominantly going to be working on Photoshop and Illustrator like a graphic designer and not on UX or UI, then I guess it's a wrong place. And to answer your second question, again, going back to what I said to Ram, right? Sometimes you don't always get that time man actually. So if you have time and if you are going to do something from really like completely from scratch where nobody has any understanding, but they know what they are going to do, at that time you can conduct this heuristic evaluation and everything else. And rest of the time it's just day in and day out you have to carry out these processes that I am showing you. And with the scope documentation, yes, here at Kissflow it has happened few times. Let's say not every feature is going to come from the product managers or product owners. So sometimes we as a product designer have a eye for certain feature which could elevate the experience to that particular product. In those times, what we will do is like we will completely run that feature. We will define the scope document as well. Like I said before in the previous slide, product manager and product designer goes hand in hand. A product designer should have a product management skill as well. So during those times, like when you are elevating the experience of certain features, at that time we will write the scope document as well, and we will run that feature completely. So again, this varies from organization to organization, though. Yep. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. So I'll add one more thing. Yeah. Sorry, Prasad. Tell me.
Yeah, so I have one more question. Like, how important is to learn the agile environment for the designers? Some job recruiters, they want us to have some experience in the working in the agile environment. Like my previous organization didn't have such environment. Even though we had a little bit of meetings and all those things, it's not proper agile environment. So how important is to have that knowledge and experience?
It is important, of course, and again, it varies from organization to organization. And working in agile is, one thing that might really stress you at times is, the time management. If you are going to crack that really well, sorry.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
So if you are going to crack that really well and you are completely okay with it, then you can go ahead and work in an agile environment. But yep, there are certain pros and cons, of course. If you are able to like crack it really well working in an agile environment, you can go ahead and completely do that. It's not like it's wrong or foul or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But time management is something that's going to be very critical in agile, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Ram, you are saying something, I guess.
Yeah. So actually, that the heuristics evaluation, UX auditing, and all, fundamentally, what happened? These are the nice to have skills. That you are not implementing on your day-to-day life, day-to-day your work life, right? But few employers, they have to ensure that whether you have an aware of it or not. For that reason only, they are going to ask this kind of questions, right? So that is the thing. And second thing is that agile environment fundamentally depends upon the project that you involve. So if it requires that agile model, then you can implement it, or you cannot do it on all the 365 days. Then you get frustrated with the work.
Definitely, yeah. And sometimes, some organization, I mean, in my previous organization though, it doesn't, belong to that particular project or anything. Their work style itself is totally agile. And sometimes it could be very, energy draining, time consuming as well. You have to stick to, time management really well. Yep. So if you are okay, I mean, it's subjective, I guess, Ram. If you are really,
yes, that is what I'm saying. So it depends upon the project and the timeline.
Yeah, correct.
So not all the 360 days we cannot do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay then. Yeah. 1 second. The Vairamuthu was asking one single question. So Fresher, is that okay to accept a full-time offer that are unpaid for the first 2 to 3 months? If yes, how much can I commit myself to the projects or to the company?
I guess Ram is the better person to answer this question. I'm not the right person to answer this question. If you ask me, I would say, if you really find there is going to be like, it's going to upscale your career, that you foresee that after 3 months, then okay, but still it's good to get paid, if you ask me, Varamutu. I over to you, Ram. It's better you answer this question, I guess.
See, what happened, freshers, they have some sort of a lack of confidence over a period of time. So they immediately easily give up. Right. So that is what it reflects in Vairamuthu case. So I think he was applying for a couple of companies and is not shortlisted. So he gave up.
Okay.
So that is the thing. It's happening. I'm not sure about it. Yeah, Vairamuthu, if it is right, please contact me over a phone call. I will explain. I will guide you. And if you are comfortable to go for an internship, right? So that is nowadays I start giving for the small advice for the freshers. They don't have the confidence. So whoever doesn't have the confidence on their design skills, please go for an internship for a 2 to 3 months period and get to know how the people are working inside the organization and what kind of a thing that they are doing and how they communicate. And also you have to elevate your skill, get the confidence, then you can go for a full-time job. Nothing wrong on that. So don't think it's about a paid or unpaid. It's basically whether you have the confidence or not. Right? So if you are willing, then you can go for internship kind of a stuff. It's not say that it's an unpaid, it's an internship. So 2 to 3 months period and get to know the environment, how they are working, the work culture and everything you can understand.
Yep.
Yeah, Vairamuthu. So not only Vairamuthu, there are a few more students also having the similar thoughts. So I hope.
I guess Muthu is having some issue with this audio.
Yes. So Selva Priyamka. Well, you can ask the question directly. Employment opportunities. Firstly, could you outline it? So Kissflow interview process.
Okay. The first question is that could you outline interview process? Okay. Here at Kissflow, what we will do is like, the very first thing is like we will scrutiny all the portfolios. Portfolio is the first thing that you are going to get selected for round 1 of the interview. If your portfolio is really good and you have a very nice case study, then you get selected for round 1. And in round 1, we just get to understand like the basics of whether you know or not, like how much you understand about UX and UI. It's just like very generic questions. We ask like, what do you think about the experience in Swiggy or something like that, and we'll talk about certain UX principles. It's not like you need to know all the UX principles and you are going to implement in your daily day, but we just try to understand whether you know about UX principles and design systems, color theory, maybe even about typography and everything. The second round is like we send in a task, design task, where we will share the problem statement, and we'll give like 1 or 2 weeks time for that. And then the designers come up with the design. We will schedule round 3 where you will walk through your designs to the interviewers, and we will ask certain questions on your designs which you have done for the interview task. And if you are like very happy, and basically what the kind of questions that we will ask during the design walkthrough round is that, is this particular designer designing with a particular logic in the back end of his or her mind? Let's say there is a CTA that you place in your design file on top right. Did you completely make sense to keep it that? What is your reason behind keeping that particular button on the top right? That is something what we are trying to understand. Do you basically, it's like, do you understand what you are designing? That is what we try to understand here. And we will also see like have you covered like all the problem statement? Is your flow has been thoroughly sanitized and everything else? that's what we'll do. And in round 4, what we'll do is like we'll invite them to office. We'll have a small whiteboarding session. Again, we'll throw in a very small task just to see how confident they are when they are thrown at a whiteboard session. And in the round 5, we'll have a culture round, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Like 4 to 5 rounds maximum. And your second question is that career gap. Depends upon the role that you're going to apply, Silva Priyanka. I mean, if you have a career gap and then you come back again, and if you are looking for a senior role, let's say you are looking for a senior role and you do have a good portfolio for that role, then of course at Kissflow we will definitely consider. We have considered people in the past, so we will consider people with career gaps, considering you stay up to date in terms of portfolio to everything else. And your last question is remote job. Okay, the thing about remote job is that again, it's going to be very subjective. I was working at a very at a remote job, and the thing is that my learning was something that really didn't go up. Actually, I used to log in, I used to design, I used to hand off, and my learning will take place virtually, and it didn't provide me 10x of improvement in terms of my career, if you ask me personally. And when I came back to Kissflow, here we follow like hybrid model where we work for 1 week and for the rest of the 3 weeks we work remotely. But what I used to do is like I used to come to office daily just to make sure I grasp the knowledge of the leadership that is available there. If I sit with if I sit with my head of design next to me, I mean, what I can do is like I can learn a lot just by copy pasting his knowledge and thoughts, and then exploring or further extensively learning that inputs that I get from my mentor. So remote job is something you can of course go for it, considering the company is really good where you can upscale your skills working remotely. Then you can obviously go for a remote job. But in my opinion, it's good to at times it's good to go to office as well and work, just to make sure that you learn a lot from the leadership available there. I hope I answered your question, Silva Priyanka.
Yeah, Prasanth.
Hi, Prasanth.
Okay, Kishore is next.
Yeah.
Yes, Prasanth. You said about that whiteboards round, right? So what do you expect in the round on the
Yeah, just to make sure that if that particular designer is thrown at a real world environment, if they are able to handle the real working style of that particular company. So here at Kissflow, what we'll do, like as I said, product manager will come up and then we'll do a rough whiteboarding just to understand the clarity. We'll sit with the product manager and then there will be a lead designer who will throw a this is the problem statement. Can you just whiteboard the user flow? And if they are like really able to pull themselves up and handle themselves really well during the whiteboard session, and they are able to crack it really well, that is what we are expecting, just to make sure that that particular product designer will fit in this environment in our working style during the whiteboard session. That's what we will try to try and find out, Kishore.
What kind of task we can expect? I mean,
what kind of
task that you have in that?
It depends upon the role, actually, Kishore. If associate is applying for that role, we'll just simply give a task management or very Kanban board kind of problem statement, and we'll see how they are going to crack that. If a lead designer is going to come up, we definitely people here will expect the domain knowledge of a lead designer. If you're lead, let's say you have 10+ years of experience, you need to understand the domain really well to design for complex systems. So it varies upon job roles, actually, Kishore.
Thank you, Prasanth.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
There is a question, and Prasad, can you please ask?
Yeah, so I have the same question regarding a whiteboarding session. I think I got cleared.
Okay.
Thank you.
Prashant, if possible, can you show some whiteboarding in your organization? Not the interview purpose, your discussion purpose inside the organization. If you have anything.
ஆக்சுவலா கேலரியில தான் இருக்கும் ராம். ஏன்னா ஒயிட் போர்ட் பண்ணுவோம், போட்டோஸ் எடுப்போம்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். ஸோ யா,
Okay.
in my gallery only. I'll check my Google Drive. Just give me.
If you have anything, so that see, basically in offline we do earlier. Nowadays we don't. The people, they want more dive into this.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to check my Google Drive. Is it okay?
Yes.
Share it with the Figma link of this deck. Actually, maybe I'll attach to that Figma file and then I'll share the deck itself. Is it okay, Ram?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
This one is okay. Emoji reactions or Twitter messages. One single feature, they have a scope document.
Yeah. It's just for that emoji actually. I mean emoji feature. Anything, try out different layouts. Some days we feel blank even after looking at the references. I'm going to continue designing this. And also, I said, how can I upskill myself for the next level for students? Okay. Nandini, I assume that when you pick up your final design, when you like bring in the final design to a table, you do have clarity before picking up that design, so that you really don't feel blank actually. Yes, it does happen at times. It has happened for me as well. And when I just go blank, right, I just go to like other products or design inspiration sites to just boost up myself and again come back to design. Yep, it does happen to all the product designers, I assume. How can we freshen up our mind? Yeah, that is it. Just take a break or seek inspiration from other products or from other design reference sites and then go back to designing your solution. Also, as a junior, can I upskill myself the next one when it comes to UX? Okay, this is something I missed out, I guess. So there are going to be roles and responsibilities for each and every role. All right. So if you are a junior designer, here at Kissflow, what we will do is like, let's say I'm an associate designer. If I have to like jump to a senior designer role, I should act like a senior designer during my associate role itself. Only then I'll be able to move to senior designer role. So if you have to upskill yourself, you can just make sure, like I've shared in the deck, there are certain soft skill sites and there are certain basics and in UX and UI, which you have to cement day in and day out. Eventually you will be there, I guess, Nandini. And yes, that is how it works. If you are an associate and if you have to upskill yourself, you have to like cement your basics and other UX principles and other soft skill side to upscale yourself. It does come with working like every day and learning a lot, I guess. But responsibilities is something, that is how it works. You have to act like a senior designer in your current role itself to attain that particular role. I hope I answered your question, Nandini. And yep, Robin. I'm working product-based startup. Okay. We have to discusses with developers. Whatever functional features Okay. Even though the CEO discusses, hi Robin, even though the CEO discusses with developers the function and feature, if you are still able to, you are the one who is going to provide solution again, meaning you are the one who is going to do user flow and wireframes. And if you have different subjective opinion on those flows, you can come up with variation, and you have to like sell your designs to the same stakeholder, saying why you opt for that particular variation and not the one that that CEO has actually opted for. And the backside about this is that again, when solution is coming from top, you obviously I mean it does narrow down your thought, where you will not be able to come out of that boundary actually. It's very simple. Let it be a CEO or CTO or product manager. If someone has provided a solution or assuming a solution for that particular pain point, and just make sure that you don't narrow down your thought to what the solution that they are providing, and instead if you still get to choose like put wireframes and user flow, come crack that entire pain point and come up with variation and sell the best variation that you are confident about. So that is how it works, and it has happened to me in the past as well, where my thoughts were narrowed down and the solutions were provided by somebody else and I just designed. And what I opted to do is like I decided to jump in and understand the complete flow and the pain point, and decided to come up with a lot of variations and back one single variation that I'm confident about, so that the things can change in your current organization, I believe. Yep.
Hi, Prashant. This is Bhavin, actually. Uh, actually, yeah, I do come up with good designs, but I feel like I'm breaking the flow. Like they are having the meeting again, whether my solution is possible or not. So for that, I was thinking,
If
like at the first
like
place.
it's pretty simple, Robin. I mean, I know it's kind of very irritating at times, though. But if they are able to like again discuss about your solution instead of this, and it's good that what you have done is something that they are talking to implement it, right? So yeah, I mean that is how it works. And if it's still going that way, I guess it's better. You can also look out for other jobs. But there is this thing, it does really narrow down your thought. You will be very constrained at times, but you have to break free and come out of that and think and again try to sell your solutions, I guess, Robin.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Me, yeah, Robin, one more addition I want to add. See, basically, if you are, this is most of the
startup, I guess, Ram.
Startup now, but these people, what happened? I'm seeing one more student. What happened? The same management side, they made a decision and they are providing everything to the designer. So our student, one of our student, he has to complete the design and he has to submit.
Okay.
But what he's doing that. It's good. That thing is good. But in addition to that, he is conducting the research and everything. He's giving a one more version also in between. So the management side, they sits in Australia. Now they are going to the client place and they start presenting. Then they are seeing the surprise element.
Okay. That is what I was also saying, right? If they are providing a solution, you just dive into that pain point and user problem first, and come up with the best solution and that you think it's good, and you can have that variation as well. Actually, yep, that is what I was.
That's what I'm saying here for Robin also. You have to work on the management. The reason is your CEO is discussed with the client and he conclude with something and he is coming to you. And if you feel that it's not good or whatever it is, no problem. You have to complete whatever that management is saying. You just done that. Then you have to do your variation with the relevant research data. Then you have to ask them, or you can request them for conducting A/B testing kind of stuff. Or anyway, your CEO is considering that the feasibility point also, right? They have a set of timeline to deliver the project. If you are providing extra solution and they think the timeline is being expanded, the client is not willing to pay the money. So hence you are a service industry. Yeah, Robin?
But this is actually a product based, so we are making mobile apps and websites for the stores. We haven't launched it yet, actually.
Okay. Still, it's not launched.
No, we haven't launched on the product yet. It is. It will be available. We'll be launching in 2 months.
Okay. So, what was the problem that you are facing there?
No, basically, like whatever I do, I mean, I'm not involved in the meetings usually. Yeah, they have a meeting with the developers and everything. They talk about the features and then they come up to me. They just give me, this is what you have to design. So I'm not making any user flow, any wireframe, anything. I'm directly going to mid flow and high fidelity design. So I was just thinking, is this a good flow as a designer or like that?
Typically, it doesn't work that way in predominantly in most of the companies, but yeah, in some companies they do like that, of course, Robin. But again, like Ram said, you can come up with your own variations as well, and you can ask the management to involve yourself, involve you too, and it's about talking and communicating to the management as well, I guess, Robin.
Yeah, that is good.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You can just tell them that if you are involved from the early stages of discussion, it will be really helpful for you as well. Yep. It's about talking to the product management, I guess.
No, actually, it reflects my second job in my Indian job, right? In Chennai, when I joined the company, it's a software development company. I'm a lead designer over there, but I was talking about the year 2005. So entire organization belongs to the development team. They have the product, but they don't allow me to do anything. They are asking me to do the marketing material. And is there any chota mota modifications on their product? Then they came to me. They asked only this, do this changes, change this font, change this color. That's it. So this is how my first 1 year gone. Then the next year, what happened? I got more interested on these products, and I learned UX and product management on my own. So then I spent most of the time with the solution architect and the senior level developers. Exactly what they do, what kind of a product, and who is the user. I just cracked on it. Then the year 2006, I start working on new product. Without nobody knows what I'm working on it, which is a very their domain. Then I had created the flows and wireframes. Then I showed to them. Then my management, we had a huge fight on it. If you are going to bring this, why you are doing this? You are a designer. You should not do this.
Okay.
Then I have to establish myself with a couple of fights. Then prove them, and then they agree on that. So it's about almost 2.5 years. Then 2007 mid to only they accept, and they ask me to kickstart the product. Then I do the things.
That's nice.
So that is also there.
Playground actually. Yeah.
So we need to create it. That is one of the company. They are creating a product. That means it's a opportunity. You have to have the patience and working on it. That is what I'm saying. It depends. Anyway, it all depends upon the individual's perceptions. Yeah, Prasanth, tell me.
Yeah, Prasanth, I have one more question regarding the portfolio. So when it comes to portfolio, which one we should focus more, whether it's a web design or a mobile design? Because I'm little more passionate about mobile designs, and I have done more mobile design than web design.
Okay.
So how to increase the weightage of my portfolio? Which one will help better to get job?
It's good to have both, Prasad, actually. I mean, you don't have to solely focus on just mobile design. Let's say you apply for some other company and they have both web and mobile application. You just have to, be a all-rounder when it comes to portfolio. You just have to have mobile shots as well, web shots as well, a good case study as well. And that is when you will be able to easily, get into the first round. And yep, I guess it's good to have everything all together, Prasad.
Okay.
If you ask me, at Kissflow, we have selected people just with one case study alone, in fact, but not the one that you are expecting. It's like a very, very extensive case study, right from, the problem statement to user interview recordings to so many things that that guy had in his portfolio and in his case study, sorry. And after seeing that for 2 minutes, spending time on that, we were like severely impressed, and we just don't even mind if he doesn't have a design shots or anything. That one extensive case study proves that he's really a good product designer. So yep.
So is there any possibility of you can share that case study? Is it?
Yep, sure. Maybe I'll just ping him. Maybe
kind of a reference. It will be helpful.
Yeah, sure. He's now our colleague in product in our team, so it's pretty easy. So I'll share. I'll ask him and I'll share.
Okay. And how often AI is used in your company for designing? Like, do you guys
Yeah.
use AI tools?
Yep, that's a good question actually. The thing is that we have to stay ahead with competitors, Prasad. We are in the low code no code market, and yes, let me put it this way: when our sales team goes and sell Kissflow, certain customer they do really ask, what are all the features that Kissflow provides, that I mean with the help of AI. I mean, if a user has to manually do a work, we will do it with AI. We have implemented around 10 plus features currently, and we are working on a lot of AI features. So yes, we are working on a lot of AI features, and as a product designer, I do have to think it in certain way as well as to how to design, with AI perspective. Yes, we are doing a lot of AI features, Prasad.
Okay.
That too very recently, like in the past 2 quarters, I have designed around 2 AI features actually, and yes, it's very rapidly coming up, and yes, customers also expecting AI features. That too in pretty much in B2B they are expecting very highly.
Okay. Okay. But when it comes to your work productivity, do you use Gemini or ChatGPT for doing research and not some design helps or writing the UX text?
What
Do
I
you
do,
use?
just give me a second. Yeah, I do use AI. I use ChatGPT. I'll
Okay.
maybe just show you what I'll do. What I'll do is like I'll try and act like a product manager or that particular user. I try to gimmick that. I take that pain point from the product manager, and then I try to gimmick as a user itself to ChatGPT, and then it
Okay.
provides certain solutions. And what I'll do is like I'll take those solutions and try to validate. I'll just roughly put wireframes and validate with product managers as well, whether is this what the user is expecting or anything. So I'll basically use it for certain processes, Prasad,
Okay.
to validate my validate the user pain point, to validate my flows in fact. So what I'll do is like just act as that particular persona and get a certain solution to arrive at a clarity.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Great. Thank you.
Hi. So, will you act as a user or a designer while putting in the prompt?
So it again depends. I mean, if I have to act as a product designer, it means that I know the problem statement. I know I do have a solution for that. I just want to validate with AI whether the solution that I'm trying to achieve is correct or not. If I'm acting as a product designer, that is what I will do. If I am acting as a user, it is basically about getting the expectations of user. I mean, there is certain expectation that the user will act or perform certain things in that feature, and I just come here to validate are those expectation and pain points correct or not. So there are like two things to this, and yes, I do act as a product designer at times. I do act as a user at times.
If it's not too much to ask, can you give an example?
Okay. So this is something I act as a product designer. All right. I tell ChatGPT like I know I work as a product designer in a software company. We have an integration module at Kissflow, uh, and user if I provide a solution where user can just type the prompt, and the entire integration builder flows built by AI. What are all the benefits that's there in that? That's what I'm asking here in ChatGPT, and it sort of gives me certain solution as well and the benefits as well. So we do have implemented quite a few points from this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Prasanth. Hi,
Yeah.
sir. I have one question regarding maintaining LinkedIn posts. How the recruiters see our LinkedIn posts. Sir also said we have to do 6+ projects. Can I showcase every design projects, or can I showcase only use case study in LinkedIn projects? And the perspective view of recruiters from the LinkedIn side. Can you elaborate?
From the LinkedIn side, of course, I believe nobody is going to, I mean, you can be very active on LinkedIn, you can post, of course, there's no doubt about that. And sometimes not all the recruiters are not going to come up and see your post and recruit you into a job. When you apply, obviously you are going to apply with a portfolio link, and yes, that is pretty much it, right, Kiran? I mean, if your portfolio is good and if you have variety or one really good case study that is very extensive, of course you're going to get selected. That is what we see from the interview side of things. But I'm little unclear about that LinkedIn part. Can you come again?
Sir, which posts can I post for LinkedIn to attract recruiters? That's my point.
I mean, you can post whatever you are posting on Dribble and Behance, I guess. That should be it. End of the day, it's about, from the interview side of things, if you really have the potential, if you can really, break the leg, then you are going to get selected, Kiran. It doesn't matter if you post in LinkedIn or Dribble or Behance.
Okay.
Hey, Kiran Kumar.
Yes,
I was conducting the class to LinkedIn for promotional strategy.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have to be active, build your network to increasing the opportunity of getting a job or freelance projects. And not only sharing the design, I'm asking you to share a lot of articles, content.
Okay, sir.
So that somewhere you have to showcase your ability, capabilities, and knowledge. So if anybody visiting to your LinkedIn profile, they can able to understand you are doing this, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's not mandatory. All the employers are viewing it, but point is, if you are more active on LinkedIn, there is an opportunity. That is, you are increasing an opportunity of getting a job.
Okay, sir. Understood.
If you are constantly doing it.
Yeah,
right?
yes, sir.
Somebody is constantly watching you as well.
Yeah,
So
understood.
it's happened to many people, and if you are working on a diversified projects and if you are sharing that on LinkedIn, the people they may they have the connected with that. So recently, last week I discussed with one student, Manoj, and what happened? He was working 2 companies. That 2 companies opportunities also came from LinkedIn only, based upon his works, and he refer and the requirement. So he applying through LinkedIn. That time the people they are viewing his everything. So he got placed through LinkedIn only. Now he is a full-time freelancer. He is getting projects also through LinkedIn only. But not only LinkedIn, the freelancers, the projects, the clients came from Saudi Arabia. They are seeing his projects in LinkedIn. He shared the projects, which is the projects being there in Behance. He shared the project in LinkedIn. So he has a huge network. So the network is somebody is sharing his project, somebody is commenting the project. That people have the network, right? That network is seeing this project. And they are visiting his Behance portfolio and see the project. They are also having the similar project, so that they approach this student and they are giving their projects. So now he is constantly getting the projects from freelancing. So very soon, probably not very soon, next month probably I can ask him to conduct this session, how to use LinkedIn effectively for getting a job as well as getting a freelance projects.
Okay, sir. Yes, it will be useful, sir.
Yeah, we will do that. Definitely I will do that. So what you have to do, you have to believe yourself, start working on diversified projects with the unique projects, very detailed manner, and don't sleep at your home. You have to promote. So you have to share it on the LinkedIn, and it will be reached to more people, right? If you are doing one project, that is a real life problem solving project, and you keep it with you, then what is the purpose?
Yes, yes, sir.
So in Behance, there is a design community. Design community, the people, all the fellow designers seeing your project and they recognize. But it should go to the business people. So for that reason only, I am asking you to put it on, sharing it on the LinkedIn, so that this will be reached to the business people. right?
Okay.
Business perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay then.
Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Prasanth.
Yeah, Prashant, there is one more question.
Yep. Sorry. I have a question. What makes a case study the best one? So typically what we see in case studies, like I assume that there should be a pain point to work on a case study, of course. So what we will see in case studies, like what are all the process that you have carried out? Do you get the understanding of each process and what value it provides, and does it really reflect on your wireframes and design in the case study? Certain case study, what happens is like they do user flow and user journey for namesake, and what they have done in user flow and user journey or empathy mapping or in persona mapping, whatever it is, it will not even reflect in their design. So basically what happens is like certain case study as those process, and there is a reason to carry out those process which will reflect in your UI actually. And certain case studies, they do miss out on that. They do it for namesake on those process, like they implement in case study, and their UI and the case and the UX that they have carried out to arrive at that UI, sometimes they don't even match. So we do look at that in case study, like whether the user journey or whatever the process you have carried out, are those reasons and logic applied in your design as well in your case study. That is what we see, and we do see whether your designs are aesthetic or your designs are professional or modern and so on. So that is what we expect in case study actually, guys. I mean, it's not like you have to showcase all kind of process and like go up to 50 process and all that. If you are going to showcase like user flow, user journey and certain core phases of UX, and then it reflects on your UI, then it's good actually. The micro interaction and animation are like add-ons to that case study. It's going to impress the, of course, the one who is looking at your case study. What makes our case study best one? Yes, I guess I've answered that as well. What kind of companies other than product-based companies? I mean, there are certain, recently I've heard upon this. I mean, I may be too late about it. There are certain business to government markets as well. There are certain companies, they do designs for, government related stuff as well. And apart from that, there are certain products which I get used to, work in Mahindra as well. There is UI UX works for the cart dashboard and stuffs as well, which I was previously working with Mahindra as well. I mean, other than that, yes, wherever there is an interface, you have to design UI UX. That is how it is, I guess. I'm just curious about why you are asking this question, Daniel. I know, like, why do you have to know this?
Like whether to try on any other opportunities. So, like, I currently work in a product-based company.
Okay.
So I can get an opportunity over there, but I just wanted to know whether I can get any like government companies. Do they hire? The government companies, do they hire for UI UX?
No, I'm not sure about that. There are certain private companies, business to government. The solution is to from business to government actually. Okay. One of my friends is working there, and certain companies, like I said in Mahindra, you get to design UI UX for car dashboards. Apart from that, I don't know. I mean, that much is how I know, I guess. Yep.
In banks, do they hire UI UX?
Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. I mean, if you see, I have seen Kotak Mahindra and Standard Chartered Bank, opening roles for product and UI UX design.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So somebody able to share your feedback about this session? Will it be useful? We need to know whether it will be helpful for them or not. So
it was actually great. Like I've got cleared a lot of questions, and I think the மாதிரி ரெகுலரா இருந்தா நல்லா இருக்கும் நான் ஃபீல் பண்றேன் சார்.
Yeah, so it's a wonderful opportunity, Prashant. So having you so you've grown a lot, and I'm seeing a lot of potential, and sharing your valuable insights about how the companies are working, and you are sharing your knowledge about your day-to-day work. And yeah, it's very, very useful for our guys. So yes, thank you, Prashant.
Thank you, guys. I will share the Figma link and certain resources as well as a Figma link, and I'll share it to Ram. Maybe I'll share it to you guys. You can have a look at it. And thanks for watching me, Ram, and other fellows here. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you for joining this wonderful Sunday and make this happy.
Thank you, Ram. Thank you, Prasanth. This was a really wonderful, useful session, actually. And from different people's questions, we got a lot of ideas from Prasanth. And thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Means a lot. Okay, guys. See you. All the best.
Yes.
And stay contact as well. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.